Broadcasting live from the Jersey Shore, it's Coach Kev on the Damage 365 Radio Network.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Indy Supershow here on the Damage 365 Radio Network. This is episode 11. I'm Coach Kev. I'll be leading your way today. I'll be joined momentarily by the real number 8, JT. He's in transit on his way here to the show. Nothing stops us, as you can see. 2 weekends ago, we had the pleasure of being at Legends of the Ring, Monroe, New Jersey, at the Monroe Crown Plaza Hotel to start one of our tours that we had that entire weekend. We then went to Wrestle Pro, which was being held in my hometown, Keyport, New Jersey. It was a great show. I would say between 500 and 600 people in attendance. Let's see, and then the next day we went over to Pro Wrestling World in Allentown, Pennsylvania, to the store and museum they have over there in the Merchant Square Mall, and we had a good time. And I would say pretty much everybody had a good time that joined us at some point during that weekend, whether it was indie stars Chris Dickinson, Jordan Grace, the Bullet Babe, NWA champ Amber O'Neal Gallows, former WWE Tag Team Champion of La Resistance, the Iron Man Rob Conway. We also had one half of the Wolves and now X Division champion over there in TNA, Eddie Edwards. And let's see, of course, we can't say the East Coast debut of Lucha Underground star Thunder Rosa, also known as Cobra Moon in the Lucha Underground. And she had a great time, and she did very, very well. The fans loved having her here. They were so happy to finally get to put, all those videos and photos and everything you see on Facebook and social media about, certain wrestlers, and be able to put them in front of you and meet them is a great thing. And we were very happy to be the ones to bring Thunder Rosa over here to the East Coast. And I will tell you, it will not be the last time. We are already in talks with Amber O'Neal and Thunder Rosa, bringing them on tour again. We also in talks of possibly bringing our guest today, Rob Conway, who'll be calling in a little later, with Rene Dupree and Sylvain Grenier, all three members of La Resistance, as a package deal. So we'll see what happens and where we might do that. And we'll give you our rundown of where we're going to be, next couple of months, who we're bringing, where, and any details we have of that. We might even be debuting at Chiller this year for the first time. So we'll see what happens there. And, today's show is basically, we're going to talk a little bit about Legends of the Ring, give the kudos where it belongs. We're also going to talk about, the life and times of a wrestling promoter / booking agent. And, fans see the finishing product. They show up to the show, they see who's there, they're grateful at most points. If their stars who said they were going to be there aren't, they're upset. But you got to understand, the last person you want to be upset with is the booking agent. The booking agent is doing anything he possibly can. He's bending over backwards. He or she is bending over backwards to bring that talent to you, because no one wants to lose money. No one wants to lose fans. No one wants to lose a following because people don't live up to their bookings. So we'll get a little bit into that later on. We might even have a call from another booking agent who's had to deal with this in his career. We also want to talk about the self-destruction of former ECW star Sabu, who a lot of people have unfortunate run-ins in the last year with when it was, the disgusting story of feces and blood in a hotel room, to him claiming to take a crap in Kevin Matthews' equipment bag, to basically a one-on-one conversation between Matthews and Sabu at Legends of the Ring, where Sabu basically had no idea that was Kevin Matthews talking to him, and that Kevin Matthews probably, one side of his mind wanted to crack him in the head, and then on the other side he was trying to do the right thing and being a mature adult, even though Sabu probably deserved to be cracked in the head. But Sabu had no idea who he was, and unfortunately he's also dragging down Melissa Coates, also known as the Genie. She's been a guest on the show a couple times, and she's been a sweetheart with us, and she walked right past me, had no idea who I was, and that's kind of unfortunate because she was under the influence of something, so was he, and we'll get into a little bit more of that and some updated stories of what's been going on with that knucklehead. And it's unfortunate what's been going on with these some of these old school wrestlers, especially from ECW. They drop them like flies because of the drugs. And we'll have all that. We'll have our interview with Rob Conway. We'll have birthdays and all that fun stuff here today as we lead you into tonight's WWE pay-per-view, Money in the Bank. So it is one of the more hyped up, popular, and more favorite pay-per-views of all the fan base. I would have to say it's probably a top 5 pay-per-view out of the 13. So we'll see what happens. We'll talk a little bit about the brand separation, and we'll talk a little bit about the possible proposal of 2 pay-per-views a month, one for SmackDown, one for Raw, what that can do for ratings, what they could also do to watering down the talent. So let's see what happens, but let's go into our birthday shout-outs, and of course that will be brought to you by the Indy Supershow, the Frankenstein Wrestling Superstore, and Esposito's Pizza and Pasta. So we'll be back in a couple of minutes.
For anybody in the audience who's got a birthday today, happy birthday to you.
And if you're not down with that, we've got 2 words for you.
Got your birthday shout-outs there, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to them right now. Happy birthday goes out there to former Damage Athletics catcher and pitcher Dave Casiliano. Happy birthday goes out to the former Damage outfielder number 10, Tom Gasparino. Happy birthday, Tom. And happy birthday goes out to aforementioned Melissa Coates, a former guest on the show. Happy birthday to the Bullet Babe, NWA champ Amber O'Neal Gallows. Happy birthday to one half of Glitz and Glamour, Jarrett Foster. Happy birthday goes out to Ryan Turok. Happy birthday to Jeff Cannonball. Happy birthday to Kennedy Brink. And a special happy birthday goes out to one of our fans of the show, Mel Billy Montano. Happy birthday, Mel.
This is Eddie Edwards, one half of the Wolves, and you are listening to Damage 365 Radio, where the hunt is on.
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
Hello, ladies. The Big Valboski here, and you're listening to Damage 365 Radio.
Superstore, selling wrestling memorabilia from all around the world, including WWE, TNA, Japan, Mexico, and the very best of the independents. They've got action figures, DVDs, autographed memorabilia, t-shirts, and more. Plus, stop in and get tickets for great promotions like UWA Elite, CZW, and many others. Located indoors at the world-famous Englishtown Flea Market, Green Building, booth number 35 on 90 Wilson Avenue, Manalapan Township, New Jersey. Open every Saturday and Sunday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Log on to Facebook.com/Funkenstein Inc. for more information.
This is the War Machine Rhino, the last ever ECW World Heavyweight Champion, and you're listening to Damage 365 Radio. Keep listening or you'll get gored in half.
WarriorsOfWrestling.com. See roster profiles of past and present Warriors of Wrestling stars. Over 50 highlight videos of Warriors of Wrestling events, full-length matches, order tickets to future Warriors of Wrestling events, and an extensive DVD collection featuring past events, compilations, documentaries, and much, much more. Only at WarriorsOfWrestling.com.
This is Lanny Poffo, formerly the genius full of glory and renown. You are listening to Damage 365 Radio.
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks again to our sponsors here on the Indy Supershow and the Damage 365 Radio Network. The Funkenstein Wrestling Super Show over there in the Englishtown Flea Market. Remember, they're in the blue building now, booths 46 and 47. Still working on getting some new promos. Also, as you'll hear a little bit later on, Esposito's Pizza and Pasta of Matawan and Manasquan, New Jersey. We also want to say we are soon to be renewing our sponsorship contract with Esposito's for year number 2. Awesome to have them back still in the family. And Warriors of Wrestling and WarriorsOfWrestling.com out of Staten Island, New York. The great wrestling promotion run by Joey B. Check them out, WarriorsOfWrestling.com for more information. And we just let's get down to it right here. Bottom line is, you know, people look at wrestling promoters and they say, all right, here are these guys that are a bunch of greedy, upselling, just shady characters, okay? Anybody who knows me knows that's the least of any description that would be of me. If I had a fan that walked up to the table and, you know, and I had, I'll name anybody. Let's say I just had Rob Conway, okay? And I had a fan walk up to the table and he said he really wanted Rob Conway's autograph. You know, it's 20 minutes before the convention's pretty much over. He only had $5 left. You know what? I'm going to give him Rob Conway's autograph for $5. Okay? If it was first thing in the morning, no, because then I know he's probably going around doing that to anybody. Okay? But, you know, if it's the end of the day, we're getting ready to pack up, and, you know, he's like, I got $5 left, can I take a picture with Rob? Or, you know, I'd be like, you know what? Here's an autograph 8x10, take a picture with Rob, $5 is fine. You know what? That goes a long way for that fan coming back to your table at another convention with more money for more talent that you bring in. Okay, that's where it starts. Are there greedy, disgusting wrestling promoters and booking agents out there? Of course there are. There are disgusting people out there in every profession that make the good people look bad. But you have to look past that and look at the people that you deal with that aren't bad and try to separate them from the pigs. You know, wrestling booking agents isn't just, you know, me calling you up and saying, hey, my name is so-and-so, I'd like to bring you into a convention.